how did it affect Zehitomo's business? Did your users drop, or did you have any issues? It's a local service, right? So I
Yeah.
feel like you had some issue maybe because of COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it was really interesting because we could see a lot of different trends moving quite quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can see, consumer behavior in terms of, hey, we're spending a lot of time at home. We actually need more home improvement.
Mm.
But maybe less event services, right? The needs for DJs and MCs, greatly
Mm.
decreased. And so I think it was a really hard time for a lot of people, right? It still continues to be. And within the local services scene, for professionals as well, it was hard. As I mentioned, like their biggest challenge for small, medium-sized businesses in Japan has been growing their business. And now all of a sudden they're kind of facing, they had the tax hike last year, now a bigger kind of crunch in terms of demand in the market, but it really varied based on the kind of vertical in the category.
Okay.
And on the supply side, however, we saw, it was actually a lot of professionals were saying, hey, we always know that we needed to come online, but we haven't had the tools or the resources or know how to do so. And so we actually found that it's been helping, I think globally it's been, digital transformation, right? It's been accelerating a lot of what might have taken, many years into a short amount of time. And so we see that as well. Like our biggest challenge is bringing the market online, right? We can have the best matching algorithm. We can have, this great idea and concept and organization. But if we don't have, plumbers coming off of fax machines and coming online, grow their business faster, we're not going to have the data. We're not going to have that. So
I see.
it helped from that side. And the biggest pain point in the end was really just on fundraising, right? Like it hit us right in the middle of it. And it made it hard because there were a lot of partners, people that we might have wanted to fundraising with, but it's like there was all of a sudden a lot of uncertainty, right? There's, investors that all of a sudden saying like, hey, like we like the conversation, but like our portfolio is blowing up. We need to focus on this months and kind of see what things are. And we made the call, not to wait until things settle over.
Okay.
Kind of, buy ourselves the time that we need. So whatever happens in the next couple of years, that would be okay. And we were fortunate enough to, again, have the investors, with us that were committed to it. Actually, I was going to say despite the time that we were in, but actually almost because of it, right? Recognizing that this is the time to invest. This is the time to build. And this is where we can add so much value to a sector that has so much potential, especially for Japan.
Right. Also, I also feel like people are kind of getting used to using technology because of the COVID, right? Because you have to kind of avoid human interaction. Even people that was considered as a person that don't want to interact with a lot of technology, like people in 50s, 60s, 70s, they are actually using more technologies now because of COVID. So that may actually accelerate your growth.
100%. I think it's been it's been a very serious period, right? And a lot of people have undergone a lot of kind of misfortune from many different perspectives.
Sure.
But looking back on this period, like I think just overall across the world, we're accelerating so much in terms of becoming a better the future world that we need to from so many different angles. And again, there's been a lot of pain during this period, but I think we can't change or undo the pain that's happened. But I think we can use that to kind of move forward and bring ourselves that much closer to the future that we want today. And I think it's never been a better time to kind of start a company and to take risks because consumer behavior is changing during this period. We're going through a lot of uncertainty, but there's always that much more opportunity on the flip side of adversity, right?
And so sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I just think like now's an amazing time to capitalize on that, and it's that much harder to get funding, sure, but if you're in a position to do something, it's the world is that much better off.